Today we're talking about IoT, and this class has me very excited because the more I want to give you more information about the IoT, and I want to give you a lot of information. But remember, this is an introductory course. If you want to know more about it, take all of the things that I'm talking about here, all of the things in the documents that I had uploaded there, the PDFs, and get on the internet, get on Google, and get more and more and more information. The more videos you see, the more PDFs you download. I mean, just get into it, because all of the things that I'm telling you is something like I'm just telling you what's going to happen in the future. And you need to master all of these things that are going to happen in the future because it's just around the corner. So, talking about types of IoT, I thought there was just only, I thought that IoT was my watch, my Google Home, my printer, my car, and the jet skis, my computer, and that's it. My GPS trackers, and that's it. But no, it's IoT had spread it and has ramificated in many fields. Like for example, healthcare. Nowadays, if you're ill, you can have an appointment throughout some software, so you can applications. You make an appointment with your doctor. You look for your doctor on internet. It's going to be the CV of the resume of that doctor. You check the resume of the doctor. You choose the best one, the one that is more key to what you think is you need to take care of your illness, and you make the appointment there. So healthcare is going to be one of the fields that IoT is going to be very accepted in a way, but you know, in the development of the actions is going to be needed, mainly needed, and major importance there because during the appointment, the machine is going to capture some information from the patient and from the doctor, and it's going to make a symbiosis. On top of that, all of that information that you have given to your doctor is going to be mixed with information of other patients that had the same difficulties that you have with your health right now, and it's going to okay, 27 years old, 72 kilograms. It's feeling tired. It's feeling sad. It's feeling depressed. It's feeling this and that and that and that way. This is the same case as we have 50 other patients. We had the same thing. Why don't we give the same diagnosis to this person? They try it. If in the development doesn't work, they can change it. Okay, it's going this way. It's having the same reaction as these other kind of people had after the treatment that we gave them. It's reacting this way. Okay, now it's reacting the same way as these 50 other people react. So the machine is going to compare your case with a lot of people's cases, and then this is going to be more accurate when they give the diagnosis. Another thing is manufacturing. Manufacturing, well, this is something that IoT has been used for a very long time already. Manufacturing is like making TVs, making computers, making clothing. Machines make all that. So IoT is well known related to it. Then farming. Farming, it's also very important to take account in related to the IoTs because uh, after the COVID, many of the things related to the climate change and the issues related to it have been sprouting out. And in order to exploit our natural resources in a more mindful way, we do need to have some technological advances related to how to exploit the land, but on top of that, when to do it and when not to do it. Like for example, there's one prediction that says that in some years there's not going to be fishes in the sea, and I'm very scared because I love ceviche, and you cannot do a ceviche with chicken. So yeah, so you need to know when you're going to explode mother nature and how you're going to do it, and in certain ways that you're going to do it. And this is something that is going to be it needs to be tracked, and IoT is for sure going to help a lot on that. Electricity and energy, solar panels, windmills, and all this stuff. If in the day you're not in your house, You don't need electricity in your house. If you're somewhere, you're working somewhere. Okay, so in the day, the solar panels are going to fill up all of the batteries that your house needs in order to have electricity in the night. Some of these systems you can see in Amsterdam. There are some floating houses. There are some floating communities in the canals of Amsterdam, and they use this kind of IoT for electricity, for energy. So it's really cool and makes me really happy to see that. I mean, besides that, Amsterdam is a beautiful place to live. But these communities use already this kind of um, technology. So keep in mind for electricity and energy, education, augmented reality. It's I mean, the professor in front of you talking and talking about different things. Maybe you are very interested about it. For example, they're talking about oratory, and then you're very interested about oratory or philosophy. Philosophy, cool. And the professor is there, and the professor it makes his best in order to explain you what philosophy is and all this stuff. But what if you have some VR headset, and then they project Platon, Mark Aurelius, all of these big philosophers, Voltaire, talking to you right here, right in your face and telling you stuff. This is going to be, of course, that this is going to be augmented reality. You can, you can interact with all of these holograms that you see, but they are not there. But for your brain, remember, you can fool your brain. So for your brain, this is it. That's Michael Jackson right in front of you. So the brain is gonna be like, man, is that Michael Jackson in front of me talking? I want to be a musician, and he's talking to me about how to make pop music. Wow, I just talked to Michael Jackson. So your brain is going to believe that because let me tell you that augmented reality, it's the next level of artificial reality. Artificial reality, it's when you block the outside world from yourself, okay, completely out of it. Now, augmented reality is like when you see the world, you see the real world, but then suddenly you have Michael Jackson there in your living room. That's augmented reality, and this for education is going to enhance the enrichment of understanding different topics, but it's going to be more internally related to crashing the glass of psychology. The brain is going to be completely shocked. And then during this shock, you can actually filter information. So augmented reality is the next step to education. Life is going to be even better than being in a classroom. I love professors and everything. I think they're really cool, but this is the next level. Tourism. In tourism, there's nothing that you cannot use related to IoT that is not going to work. Tourism is for sure going to be one of the branches of the industry that are going to be more in contact with the human. And the more they use IoT to get in contact with the human and to see the reactions, the more we're going to know what is going to be useful and what is not going to be that useful. But there's one main mantra that says the easier the technology is, the easier people is going to have access to it. For example, when retired people went on a cruise and they knew that they were not going to see them grandchildren for a long time, and then in the cruise they said, look, we have internet, we have Wi-Fi. If you have on a smartphone, you can connect it to the Wi-Fi, and you can talk to your grandchildren. They all bought smartphones and tablets, and so they have never had that. They come from the baby boom generation, but because they wanted to have connectivity with the grandchildren, they all bought the smartphones and they knew how to work with it. The Skype now is then Messenger, now is WhatsApp, and who knows what else is going to be tomorrow. But these platforms made it very easy for the users to use, And this is how people just interact with it, and they just got where they wanted to get, which is to talk to their grandchildren. So this is exactly how IoT works, related to types of IoT. And I'm just talking about the peak of the iceberg. This is an endless conversation, but just for you to know. Number 4, types of IoT. See you in the next video.